go. Three, two, one. And hi, guys. And hi, community. Today I have my dear friend Kamilla Norrman here, all the way from Norway.
Doorway.
Norway. We were having so much fun with Camilla, talking languages, Swedish and and
Check.
and Czech.
Yes.
No, no, and Danish as well.
Danish. I used to live in Copenhagen and I worked there for many years. I speak, they call it Svorsk, Swedish Norwegian. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Camilla is so talented, guys. You're gonna love her. She's so much fun. She's
Oh, thank you.
beautiful, smile. She's always happy. Camilla, so happy to have you here in the next level transformation. Tell us, how are you? How's life going for
Ah,
you?
it's lovely to be here. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure. So, thank you for inviting me. And yeah, it's been a really amazing couple of years, or shall we say, interesting, where
Yeah.
I have changed from living in England for 18 years. I moved to Norway, so I have completely almost reinvented myself, my life, my career, new partner. So it's been a lot, but it has brought me to this new level of connectivity with people like yourself. And I am very, very, very grateful to now have this amazing network of wonderful and very like-minded individuals. So I cherish this space. And as a coach, a transformational coach, it is a pleasure to be invited today. And hopefully I can tell people a little bit more about what I do.
Oh, absolutely, Camilla. Oh my gosh, guys, Camilla is amazing and she is passionate about. Oh, I let you, Camilla, to tell everything. I was like, oh wow, wow. Where do we start, Camilla? Stage is yours. Please tell us more.
Thank you. So my big thing is my passion has always been travel and adventures. And so as a transformational coach, I have decided to stick with what I love. And so I'm an adventure mindset coach. And what it really means is that I see the adventure as a vehicle to help people to grow, to develop, to challenge themselves, to increase their confidence and expand their comfort zone, to change from being fearful of the unknown and feel sort of uncertainty and anxiety around change, to start to feel excitement and confidence and courage and actually embrace the unknown and see the change as a friend. So that's in a nutshell what I believe that adventures can do for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can relate to that because a lot of things I afraid personally, a lot of things, and change is one of the, like big, when you have like, oh my gosh, and I do want to travel and all that, but unknown is like, oh my gosh, it's so. Could you tell a little bit more, if possible, how is the process work? Is it like a coaching thing that you do to help with the minds to be fear less?
Yes, yes. So I am educated in NLP. I do also use positive intelligence. And my most recent sort of certification is in havening. So depending on the client, I work very much on a individual basis and I look at the person and the circumstances. So there isn't sort of a one size fits all,
Yeah,
but we look at, what are the underlying behavior patterns?
yeah,
What might be holding the person back? And then through micro adventures, sort of small daily adventures, we start to expand the comfort zone and try to replace the dopamine hits that people get from scrolling on their phones by real life dopamine hits. So I have a passion for outdoors and, being active and reconnect with nature. And I believe that so many people are spending too much time stuck on their phones. And I'm
Mm,
encouraging them to go out and have these little adventures in everyday life. And then I can work with them around certain blocks and limiting beliefs, and depending on what it is, we will use whichever modality might work. Different people, their minds work in a different ways, so there are different methods that will suit depending on the individual. But
yeah,
for certain, it's a lot to do with people realizing that the excitement and the butterflies when they face something unusual and unknown, you can create that really easily with small things like saying
yeah,
hello to a stranger at the bus stop. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go on a huge adventure, but you
yeah.
can create these micro adventures. And that's what I try to bring into my coaching.
Yeah, I absolutely amazing. And Camilla, when you do the coaching, is this like a long program that you see the transformation happen, or is it just one-off consultation? How do you work?
So for the coaching program, it's like a 6 month program. There is an option to do a 3 month sort of more focus on developing like your mental fitness.
Yeah,
But for the full Wildly Alive coaching, that's a 6 month program because I believe it takes time to make sure that somebody actually embodies the changes and lives the new sort
yeah,
of values and behavior. So it takes time, and it
yeah,
I also fully understand people have other commitments. So to sort of make it a very natural process, I think 6 months is a reasonable amount of time that allows us to really work on the sort of deeper within and make sure that it's permanent changes so they don't fall back into
yeah.
past behaviors.
It's so beautiful what you do. And then on top of that, you do retreats, which are so beautiful, right? Going to Africa, right?
Yes, so I have this amazing lady in South Africa who is running trips in Southern African countries. She's been doing that for over 10 years, and I met her 2 years ago. And when I qualified as a coach, I was like, I want to work with her and bring people to have this experience in the wild where you harness the transformation that happens when people are in an unfamiliar environment, in these awe-inspiring situations with wildlife. And I mean, African wildlife is pretty special. So there's something that happens to people even without trying. They have these moments of, wow, and something changes and shifts. And so it's to really harness that natural transformation. So
Yeah.
we did a trip for women only in August, and the next trip is next year in August. And I might do a second one in October next year as well. So there might be two trips. One is scheduled, and the other one we are working on it. But it is 2 weeks. It's a round trip where people get to experience wildlife. They get to participate in conservation projects and learn about what conservation projects are taking place on the ground. It's very bespoke, very unique experience. And they get to work with themselves on the journey so that they come home with more than just the pictures and nice memories. They also come home with a greater confidence in themselves and some clarity around what they want.
Yeah, and no more fear, like or fearless, for yeah.
Fearless is definitely something that I believe happens naturally. Last trip, we had a lady, she felt very uncomfortable sleeping in a canvas. It's not a tent, but it's a room that has walls made of canvas.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it's like a tent, but it's a big
yeah.
structure, like a big room, and you have your bed, and there's an ensuite tented, also canvas bathroom
Mm.
without a roof. So you stand and you brush your teeth under the stars. And
Wow.
she was very sure of sleeping, in her own room on her own with wildlife sort of moving around quite freely. This is in Botswana. And in the morning, she woke up and she came to breakfast and she's like, oh, it was amazing. I slept so well. It was amazing. I woke up and I could hear all this noise, but I felt so cozy in my bed and I love it. And she was so excited. So she went from feeling nervous and slightly on edge and worried to feeling like, yes, I want to stay longer, So it
Yeah,
was lovely to
it's
see.
amazing to see those transformations and those
Yes,
shifts
yeah,
happening in people, like this freedom and experience. And Africa, South Africa, it's so beautiful. I only
it
see
is.
only in the pictures, Camilla.
You have to come. You should come.
I should also be
Oh,
looking into August, what I'm doing in August. And what's the weather like in August in South Africa? It's
so it's winter, it's the dry season. So actually, it's very dry, and that's why it's an ideal time to go and see wildlife because the
oh,
animals will come to the water holes. You have
yeah,
more visibility, so there's less, leaves and undergrowth. So
yeah.
it's very good for seeing wildlife.
Okay,
But
so
it
August,
is in the night, it can get a bit chilly.
yeah,
It can go from being nice kind of teens to
yeah.
maybe 20, 22 degrees. And then at night, you definitely need like some jumper and maybe even a jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Where are those places? The ones that are. I just saw those recently. You literally eating your breakfast, and this giraffe comes in. I hear it. You just feed all these animals coming in. Is it something like that that you bring people to?
So these are wild animals, so they won't come into, the only animals that will come close are actually elephants. So
Wow,
in Botswana, you can sit and eat, and the elephants will come and start eating branches maybe 10 meters away from you.
wow.
Yeah, but giraffes are very, like, they have amazing vision, and if they see movement, they won't come to the water hole. You have to be very still for them to come. So it depends on where you are, what they are used to. Some
Yeah,
places where the giraffes have grown up with lots of people, they will be used to the people very much. But
yeah,
if you are in places where actually the giraffes are very wild,
yeah.
they're gonna be quite cautious to come close to you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
it
okay.
depends. It
Okay, so
depends.
it's not
Most
your, yeah. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I just
No, 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 not at
they're
all,
not
not
your
at
pet,
all.
so they won't be coming like close enough, but still it's beautiful surrounding with those wild animals. It's just
Yes,
amazing,
yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is. It
And
is.
the nature as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And Camilla, how did you start it yourself? Like how did you get into this adventure? Were you always adventurous since you
I
were little, or what
Yes, I
happened?
think so. I think because I am half Swedish, half Czech, and I grew up traveling between Sweden and Czechoslovakia at the time. So I grew up with the Iron Curtain. So I would traverse the Iron Curtain and there was quite the adventure traveling through East Germany to get to Czechoslovakia, and there was no man's land, and quite often you'd have to empty your car, and they would look at all your stuff. So it was an adventure, but I did a lot of travel because I was traveling to see my grandparents and my friends. And then I went on my first backpacking trip when I was 22, and I went to Southeast Asia on my own. So I
Wow,
have always loved traveling, and I have traveled a lot. I think I've been to just over 80 countries. So I
Camilla.
have seen quite a lot of the world, and it is, I believe that the thing that is amazing is when you see other parts of the world with your own eyes, you can make your own opinion. What we are
Mm,
presented in the news and in media,
yeah, always.
like you can't always like be sure,
Yeah.
is it actually like that, or. And so that's why I loved to travel to see it for myself, and then you meet people who are from somewhere else, who've been to other places, and so the list of where to go never becomes shorter, it just grows.
Yeah. And Camilla, what was your favorite country? Like the most? Like, oh my God.
So I think I have a few favorite countries, but one of them is definitely Nepal. So trekking in the Himalayas, there is something incredible in terms of like it's good for your soul. I always feel that having trekked in the Himalayas and the Nepali people, I've always felt that I come back utterly rested, very fit, very just clear in my mind. And then I also really love Indonesia, beautiful islands, especially the sort of islands north and east of Bali. They have these amazing cultures and animistic beliefs and, very, very different. So it's a fascinating country and amazing tropical, so like total opposite from Nepal.
Yeah.
But I love South Africa and Botswana. It's where I've been going back for the past 3 years, and I do really like that. And I want to see more of Africa. So I'm expecting to go twice next year, and I want to go and see the mountain gorillas in Uganda. So that's in October next year. So if you're interested, sign up.
Gorillas. Ah,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. That would definitely would be next level for me
Yes.
to
Yeah.
meet my siblings. Oh my God. Siblings. The monkey, yeah, that's a Chinese calendar, I think
Yes.
that's why
Yeah.
I born the
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that's why, yeah, I love those, they are so cute, yeah, they're absolutely amazing. And I love that what you just said about the Nepal. I actually had that for quite a while, just kind of would love to do that as
Oh,
well.
if you ever want, I mean, I need to go back. I haven't been there for a few years now, and I have some really good friends. I've been 4 times. So I have good friends in Nepal, local people. I have stayed in villages, with my friends, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. It really is an amazing country.
And every time you go, you learn so much, right? From the local
Yeah, and
people. You don't have to do like a course or something. You learn
oh
from
no, 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 no. Yeah, I always go hiking or trekking with
yeah,
the people that I know. They
yeah,
become like they take I have my own guide. I don't do group stuff. I go with my guide.
yeah,
And I've been to Everest Base Camp, I've done Annapurna Circuit, but I've also been on a remote area trek where you backpack and you have tent and you actually carry some food and you are just out in the wild. You come across villages and you often pitch a tent and then you can get like pay somebody for dinner and you eat with the
yeah.
family, but
Wow.
you carry some of your own food and yeah, you sleep in your tent at 5,000 meters. It's pretty intense.
Oh my gosh. And so is it 5,000 meters? Is it still like okay with the breathing, or can you feel like the pressure already?
It's sorry, it is noticeable. The air
Yeah,
gets thinner. You have to
yeah,
just like accept that everything feels heavier, but as you progress, your body adapts.
yeah.
But I have been at high altitude and felt, like very head, like really stinging, very intense headache.
Yeah.
That only starts to disappear when you start to go down. So, altitude sickness can hit you in different ways. And sometimes the only option is to start to go down. And as soon as you go down, it's gone. It's
Yeah, it's
pretty
gone. It's back to
impressive.
normal. Yeah, you can breathe.
Yeah.
Any plans to climb to the top of Everest? Do you have those plans?
No, I think I have to accept that's not, I'm not a mountaineer. Like I'm a passionate hiker, trekker,
Yeah,
but I'm not a mountaineer, so I'm not going to be tackling any technical
yeah.
mountain
Is
peaks.
it's a process of learning, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I believe probably, not probably for sure. I believe there should be intense training and everything
Yes.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this is Camilla, this is so you are so adventurous and I love that. 80, did you say 80 countries you have
Yeah,
to do?
82 maybe, I think, something like that.
So how many countries you have to do that in a year? Like how what's the
Well,
cost of
I
this
mean, I
year?
did a lot of travel with my ex. We actually met when I went backpacking the first time, and so the passion was there, and we both love traveling. So we spent our life traveling. So we would take time off work, and then we'd go away for 6 months. We went on several trips where we took like a year out and just were traveling around the world. So it requires time or lots of money, but if you have time, usually once you paid for your flights, it's cheaper to be away than to be at home. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a time investment. So we would travel around and visit countries and do a lot of travel like locals and stay cheap places, and that's how
yeah,
we managed to see a lot of the world. Yeah.
yeah. And is it true that people say it becomes addictive? You just once you
Yes.
start, that's it. You just
I
plan
think so.
my next one, where I'm going my next.
I think the lovely thing about traveling is that you will meet people who are from some other country who you have more in common with because of the traveling aspect, and you would never have met them if you stayed at home. So, it's like those kind of people that I have made friends that I'm still connected
Wow,
to 20 years later. That's
wow.
the special relationships that you can develop.
This is so true and so amazing. I would love to do those as well, like more those that when you can work, that's the ideal thing. You can work
Yeah.
online as long as there's internet connection.
Now you can. When I started traveling in 99, I went to Southeast Asia. You had to go to an internet cafe.
Oh, I
And
like
I
that.
traveled with a Lonely Planet book. So, it was very different.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
But actually, it was a beautiful way of traveling because you never booked anything in advance. It was all you showed up and you knocked on a door and said, "Do you have a room? Can I see it?" It was very, very ad hoc. And if you didn't like it, you continued to the next place.
yeah.
You met people, they told you, recommended, "Oh, go to that one there. That's really good." And everything was just you figured it out on the go. So there was very little planning, and I think that was beautiful. I loved those times, and I still believe that's a beautiful way of traveling because that's the real adventure. When you haven't planned anything, you don't know where you're going to end up.
Yes,
You just trust that it will work out, and it does.
always does, Camilla.
Yes, it
Always does.
does.
Oh my gosh, I love that style. I love that style. I just don't like organizing things, especially when you do adventures. You just go and you
Yeah.
ask locals. This is the best. The
Yes.
places where to eat. We just recently came back from Rome and we just met this beautiful girl on the street. We stopped her and we just asked, where do you guys go to eat? And then she recommended the most beautiful restaurant in Rome.
Oh,
And it was local
nice.
restaurant. That's where the locals
Yes, yeah,
love.
yeah, yeah.
And they actually was full packed. And we just said, we told the story that we met this girl, we asked where to eat, and she recommended, and they squeezed us, the cutest two of us squeezed that little table. And we just,
Oh,
oh my gosh, Camilla, it was the most delicious food I ever tasted.
what
And
did you what did you eat? What did you
I couldn't
have?
resist. So I wanted pizza and I wanted chicken. So I
Yeah.
had everything. And I wanted the dessert too. And I I couldn't. They said the specialty thing it was tiramisu or something. Just
Yeah.
and we made this beautiful connection with this guy. And I forgot the name, but we he's not on a Facebook. He's on Instagram. We changed the contacts, and he's like
Nice.
a filmmaker, but he works
Yeah.
like as a part time.
Yeah.
You just build such a beautiful connections with people because you just never know, never know what's in the future. So I just
Absolutely.
love those adventures, what you are doing. So yeah, you definitely, my inspiration to do
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you think today so many people never get to experience it because they travel with their phone and
yeah,
they booking everything in advance. And it's like,
yeah.
just try to resist and just try to do it old school, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
You can always book something if it doesn't work out. You go on your phone and you'll find a hotel
exactly.
on booking.com, you know, but try the old-fashioned way just to experience that
Yeah,
like
exactly. And just people are my thing. I just see people, and even if they don't speak the language, like English,
yeah,
doesn't matter. You don't need language. The energy they need,
yes.
just
Yes.
show what you want. And now the
Yes.
technology, just ask, it translates. It's just so easy.
Yes.
Travel
Yeah.
doesn't matter where you go. It is just so beautiful. And Camilla, before we gonna wrap it up, because we need to do actually episode number 2 on travels.
Yes. Yeah.
We wrap it up. Any advice for people in the next level transformation hub? How can they be more a little bit adventurous? How to start if they feel in the heart, that's what I want. But we have that fear,
So
maybe.
I think one of the things is, first of all, really become present, really, really tap into your senses, your five senses, and activate the right side of your brain so that you activate this way of you access your inner wisdom because that disrupts the negative self-talk, the negative and very fear-based
Yeah.
like patterns that we have, and then think about if you look back at your life, what would you like to see? Because that can help you make the choice and encourage you to choose something maybe a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah.
Because when you're thinking from that perspective, you think, well, what is actually important, right? And
Mm,
so maybe taking the chance and letting go of the fears and instead going with that expectation that what if it's going to be amazing, you know?
yeah.
Sure, you're going to want to look back on a life where you dared to live. You are not going to want to look back on a life where you were saying, oh no, I'm not going to do it because what if something bad happens and you stayed at home all the time, you know? So really activate your right side of your brain. You can use, touch. It's really good for activating the right side of the brain. And you only need to do 10 seconds at a time where you become very present. And
Okay.
then it helps you to think from that much more positive perspective where you see opportunities and possibilities rather than obstacles and blocks, you know.
Yeah, yeah, that makes so much sense. Activate the right side of the brain and just go. And if you don't know how to do that, you always can contact Camilla, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to sneeze. Something was. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, exactly, guys. You always can contact Camilla. She's amazing. She's amazing, and the
Oh,
energy
thank
is
you.
amazing, Camilla. I just like feel the fire in you when it comes. It just, oh my goodness, it's just so good to have you here, Camilla. And just one more actually little question before we're gonna go. Next level transformation. First thought, Camilla, that is coming to your mind. What is it when you hear next level?
I mean, to me, it's like an expansive, I just think of no limitations. Next
Mm,
level is like above where this is here, and next level is like
yeah,
above. So
yeah,
for me, it sparks this idea of um, an expansive
yeah.
transformation. Yeah.
That's so beautifully said. Yeah. Camilla, thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Such a pleasure. And I love that beautiful color of your knitted sweater. It's beautiful.
Oh,
It
thank
just
you.
yeah,
And
so
thank you
nice.
so much. And so do I, I love yours as well. Like, all matching with the background. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the color palettes, beautiful. And guys, thank you so much for watching. If you any questions, do get in touch with Camilla. Camilla gonna leave the links in the comments, so you check it out. Do get in touch. Camilla, you have a Facebook group. Would you like to?
Yes, you're very welcome to join. It's called Wildly Alive Over 40. But there are some younger people in there, and it's only, don't get put off if you're not 40
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah. Soon the
You're very
time
welcome.
pass. Exactly. If you're not 40 soon, it's a blink of the eye and you are 40. And here you go, the 50 is coming. So don't worry. Join anyway. If you're in your 30s or 20s, you all are welcome, right, Camilla? We all
Yes,
want to be adventurous with you, with that
absolutely.
beautiful spirit.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ingrid. It's such a pleasure, and I look forward to joining you soon again or inviting you into my group.
Oh,
So, yes,
yeah,
we'll make it
absolutely.
happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And Camilla, thank you so much
Thank you.
for the beautiful share. Okay, I'm gonna stop the live now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.